Security safety tips that could save your life, home service edition. Last month, a young girl by the name of Joy Ogochukwu Ono was said to have gone to deliver some clothes and shoes that some people ordered from her online business, only for her to be raped and murdered. It was said that her mother tried to call her phone several times, but her phone line kept reading busy. This was after many hours of her not coming back home. And so after the mother reported to the police, they had to wait 24 hours. And after the 24 hours, the police began a search. And a few days later, her body was found dumped by the roadside in North Bank, Benue State. This was a young girl who was trying to make a living from her online business, when all of a sudden a group of bloodthirsty people placed an order and made her come to their house to deliver these goods, only for them to kidnap her, abuse her, rape her, and then kill her. Joy is not the first person to have gone through this, and sadly she might not be the last person. There are a lot of us who run online businesses. There are a lot of us who depend on people to call us to come to their house to render our services in order for us to make a living. And sometimes many of these people who call us are strangers. Many of these people are first-time people that we have never met before in our lives. And because our businesses are online and our phone numbers are there, we might just get a call one day from a total stranger requesting us to come to their house to make their hair, do their makeup, cook for them, clean their house, or even deliver a goods that they have purchased from our own online stores. And sometimes these people have bad intentions and we don't know who is who, and unfortunately we have to make a living, and so we have to take chances, risky chances that could put our life in danger. But today I will be sharing some tips that could be useful to you if you are one of those people who have to go to people's houses to render services in order to make a living. If you follow these tips, they might be useful and helpful to preventing such tragic situation from happening to you. Now, the first thing you want to do whenever someone calls you to come to their house in order for you to render your services to them is to request their full address. A lot of vendors, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people who run online businesses, a lot of people who go to people's houses to render businesses don't request full address. And the trick a lot of these bad people use is that they don't give you the full details of their address. They just tell you to come to a generic bus stop. They tell you to come to a point. They tell you to come to a particular area. And from there, they promise someone will come and pick you up, or they promise to direct you from there to the place, or they promise to come and pick you up themselves. And that is a very risky thing to do. And since we are the business owners and they are the clients, and we don't want to ask them questions or make them feel uncomfortable, so we just play by their rules. But the smart thing to do whenever someone you don't know requests your services is to ask for a full address, the street number, the street name, the community, the area, and have this address. Even if that they must have to come and pick you from a junction, even if that they must have to come and carry you from a particular spot to their house, because some areas and some addresses are a little bit not straightforward, it's still good you have the full address to where you're going to. And one of the reasons why you're having the full address is to give it to your loved ones, is to give it to your family members, those at home, to let them know that this is where you're going to. Another reason why you're having that full address is for you to cross-check on your way there. When you stand at the bus stop and someone is coming to pick you to take you to the house or the place where you're going to render these services of yours, you can cross-check with your phone, you can cross-check with the address that you were given to see if it tallies with where you are going to. Now, when you're going to the place and you notice that the address that they sent to you does not match where you are going to, the name of the street does not match what was written in the text, or the number at the gate is not the same number written for you, you know you have your red flag, and you know that you don't have to continue the journey. You can always take a step back and go back to where you're coming from. And when you request the full address and the client refuses to give you, that is your red flag. You don't have to continue the business with them. You don't have to go and render your services. Everybody is looking for money, but no amount of money is worth your life. The second thing you can do is get a picture of them, request a video call so you can know the person you're coming to meet in the face. If you can get a video call, request their social media so you can have a picture of who you're going to meet, and also provide this picture to your family members and loved one at home. Now, if these people don't have pictures or they refuse to show you their face because they want to make up excuses, you have something to be worried about. It's something for you to worry about, which means your security alert should be at a high level. Getting the full names of your clients is also important. If you're going to render services to someone in their homes and you don't know their full names, It's a red flag. You have to get their full government names. That way you know where you're going to, you know who you're going to meet, and you can also leave those details back home to your family. Any client who calls for your services and is reluctant to give you these details of their name or show their face in a video call, it means that they have something to hide, and it also means that that is a red flag. Another thing that you can also do to be very careful, this only happens to people who get robbed or attacked or just plainly abused. If you're going to an area that you're not very familiar with and you're asked to wait at a particular bus stop or point so that someone will come and pick you to the place you're going to walk, usually they call you on the phone and ask you, what are you wearing? The smart thing to do is not give them that details, because you're the one coming to an area that you don't know. Instead of telling them what you're wearing, request to know what they are wearing. That way, once they give it to you, you can also be the one to spot them first. It's good that you spot whoever is coming to pick you first. That way you can know if they are armed, or if they are with a group of people that you are not comfortable with, or if it's someone that you probably know from a previous past that might want to set you up or put you in danger. That way you can take on your heels and run away. So whenever you're in a situation when someone asks you what are you wearing, the safest thing to do is not give out that details. Since you're coming to work, since they're coming to pick you, ask them what they are wearing. And if they can't give you that detail, if they're so reluctant to tell you what they are wearing so you can identify them, then you have a red flag. They have nothing to be afraid of. They're called for your services, so they should identify themselves first. You have to see whoever is coming to pick you first before they see you. So whenever you're in a situation where they ask you, what are you wearing? Please do not give out that details so quick. Let them be the one to describe themselves so you can identify them and go and meet them and introduce yourself to them. If from a distance you feel safe with them, if from a distance you feel that, okay, this looks harmless, you can go ahead and introduce yourself to them that you're the one that had come to render these services. Half the time when these people ask you what you're wearing, they identify you and you're at the bus stop, they can see you but you can't see them. Before you know, a group of guys is coming to harass you. Before you know, a group of people are coming to steal from you, rob you, beat you and accuse you of something you didn't do. That is how many people have been set up, bullied, harassed, robbed and even killed. So whenever you get a phone call to come somewhere to render your services and you are not sure of this person and they ask you to wait at the stop and they tell you to identify yourself with what you're wearing, don't give out that detail. Now let's assume you've gone to the place, you've met the people, everything is looking like it's perfect, everything is looking like it's alright, everything is looking safe. The next thing that you can do is let them know that their details, their pictures, their phone numbers and their address have been given to your family at home and they are aware of where you are. That way, even if they still have a bad plan, even if they still have something in mind to do to you, it would restrain them. It will let them know that, oops, somebody knows you're here. People are going to find us. They have our details. And that is if all the details they gave you corresponds with where you're going to and what they look like, then you know that these people are going to be very careful with you and they will not want to hurt you, because now they know that other people know that you're there and have their pictures and names and addresses. So whenever you go somewhere else to render your service, let the people know that, hey, sorry, but my family know I'm here. I gave them your pictures, I gave them your number, I gave them your address. I hope you don't mind. Letting them know that you're there. If they have a problem with it, just know that that's a red flag. But if they don't have a problem with it, then your safety is more assured than normal. Now, the last thing you want to do is trust your own instincts. Whenever you're going to render services at people's homes or at people's preferred location, always listen to your mind. Trust your instincts. With every steps of the journey, listen to your mind. Our instincts are there to guide us. And if you feel a bad energy, if you feel that something is off, if you feel that something is not right, go back home. Don't proceed. Don't continue. Our instincts are there to guide us. And when we ignore it, a lot of us fall into this trap. No amount of money is worth your life. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope this video helps someone out there to be very careful while they go about their businesses. If you know anyone who is in this field of rendering home service, share this video with them, as this might help them also to be safe and alert. And if you also have any safety tips that could help people who go to people's homes to render home service, feel free to share it in the comment below. People are reading, people need to be safe, and you don't know who you might be helping. So I hope this video helps you, and I hope this video helps someone out there. Let's all be safe and let's all go about our business in the smartest way possible that will keep us alive and away from the hands of these evil people. Thank you for watching.